Here. Okay. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everyone. So, welcome to today's debate on sustainable development goals. So, and today we are focusing on SDG 1, no poverty, a truly urgent and global challenge. So, I am Raja Fatwa Sirgar as your chairperson, and there it is now Rafaiza Adisti as the timekeeper, and Farid Farel Hayrin as the camera person. So let me explain about the rules first. Each team has 3 speakers, and each speaker has 3 to 5 minutes present their argument. The timekeeper will give you a signal and stop you if you reach already 5 minutes. And at the end of the debate, each team will deliver a reply speech lasting 2 to 3 minutes. Speakers, please keep an eye on the timekeeper's signals. Now, let's begin. Let us begin with the government side. May I now invite the first speaker of the government to open the case in favor of the motion.
Thank you for the time, Chairman. And good morning, honorable adjudicators, Chairperson, and respected members of the opposition, and all distinguished viewers. Today, the government team firmly believes on fast food advertising should be banned. To start, I would like to frame the context of today's debate. This motion is not about banning fast food itself. We recognize that fast food will continue to exist. People may still choose to consume it. However, what we are challenging is the unchecked, aggressive advertising campaigns that deliberately manipulate public behavior, particularly the behavior of vulnerable groups, into making unhealthy, harmful dietary choices. Advertising is not a neutral force, and it comes with consequences. Today's fast food advertisement do not simply inform consumers. They exploit psychological vulnerabilities using bright colors, jingles, cartoon characters, celebrity endorsement like Fahri Farel, emotional storytelling, all tailored to trigger instant gratification responses in the brain. These techniques are particularly dangerous when aimed at children whose cognitive defenses against marketing are not yet fully developed. Moreover, fast food advertisements disproportionately target low-income communities. Research from the Rudd Center for Food Policy and Obesity at the University of Connecticut shows that predominantly Black and Hispanic neighborhoods see far more fast food ads than wealthier, predominantly white neighborhoods. This happens alongside the existence of food deserts, areas where fresh, nutritious food are scarce and fast food becomes the most available, affordable, and heavily advertised. In effect, these advertisements reinforce systemic health disparities. It is not a matter of free choices when the odds are stacked against certain groups from the beginning. Moreover, we must understand that advertising is not randomly distributed. Again, it is strategically placed based on where companies believe that they will achieve the highest returns. And unfortunately, this means targeting communities already at disadvantage. In 2021, a study published in the journal Health Affairs revealed that fast food companies spend 86% of their ad budgets on marketing unhealthy food products, specifically targeting low-income minority neighborhoods. When advertising saturates a community with messages promoting high fat, high sugar, and high salt foods, it narrows the option available, not in terms of literal option, but in terms of what is familiar, desirable, and normalized in daily life. In such environments, unhealthy eating is not a personal failure. It is an expected outcome engineered by corporate strategy. To illustrate, if a child grows up seeing daily advertisement for fast food meals with toys and celebrity endorsement, but rarely sees promotion for fresh fruits or nutritious meals, what is the natural consequences? They pick up the habit of eating fast food and other unhealthy food from an early age, leading to higher risk of obesity and chronic illness as they grow up. Furthermore, we must recognize that public health crises are collective problems, not just private ones. When obesity rates rise, if healthcare systems become overburdened. When diabetes become widespread, national productivity suffers. When heart diseases become the leading cause of death, well, it affects every family, every community, and every economy. Thus, banning fast food advertising is not merely about protecting individuals, it's about safeguarding the broader social good. And so today, the government team again stands firmly on banning the fast food advertising. We invite you to consider not only the immediate impact of fast food advertising, but the deep structural harms it imposes over time, across generation and across entire communities around the globe. Thank you.
Thank you, first speaker of the government. Now, let us hear from the first speaker of the opposition to challenge the motion. The stage is yours.
Start my speech in 3, 2, 1. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, everyone, to Honorable Adjudicator, esteemed member of government team, my worthy opposition team, and of course, our beloved teacher, Miss Yuna. So today, on the opposition side, we strongly stand against this motion. This House would ban fast food advertising to reduce health-related issues. So our team believes that banning fast food advertisement is a short-sighted and ineffective solution, and it oversimplifies serious health problems and create new economic, ethical, and social issues that are much more worse than the supposed benefits. We also believe that instead of banning ads, we should focus more on addressing the real root causes of these unhealthy habits. Okay, so before I forgot, my name is Alaika Habib as the first speaker of the opposition side, my teammate Rahma Kumala as the second speaker, and Sarah Muti as the third speaker, and I will be also the reply speech. And to be clear, today's motion only talks about banning fast food advertisement, not about tobacco, not about alcohol or any other products. So let's focus on this specific issue. So we oppose this motion because banning fast food ads does not address the real root causes of health problems. It may sound like a quick fix to these problems, but it's actually doesn't fix the real problem. So banning fast food ads is like trying to cover a big hole with a small piece of tape. So it doesn't work, and it's even creates new problems like harming the economy, ignores deeper problems of health problems, and also limiting people's freedom to choose. And instead of censoring information or banning fast food advertisement, we should empower people to make smarter decisions through education and by providing them with healthier options. And also, the government side believes that removing fast food ads will solve health problems like obesity, diabetes, and heart disease. But the reality is far more complex. Health problems like obesity and other non-communicable diseases are caused by many factors, caused by many things like lack of access to healthy food, lack of physical health, poverty, and also lifestyle choices. And also in the real world, many people don't eat fast food just because by seeing ad. People eat fast food because it's cheap, faster, and easier. So, and also many areas don't have a healthy restaurant nearby. And we all know that healthy foods cost too much for many families. So even if there are no ads, people will still face the same problems. And so banning fast food advertisement does not solve the real situation. And also, not all advertisements are made to manipulate people. Many ads are simply part of the open market, helping consumers inform decision. And without this ad, people lose useful information about prices, options, and availability. And if we remove ads, we're not teaching people how to live healthier lives. So instead of banning ads, we should focus on better public health education, improve access to affordable, healthy food, and stronger personal responsibility. So, definitely banning fast food ads is not the right solution, and it only limits consumer choices, misunderstand public health, and also damage the economy. And with that, we strongly stand on the opposition side, fighting for smarter decision and real impact. That's it from me. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, first speaker of the opposition. Moving forward, I now call upon the second speaker of the government to continue their side's chat.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, Ms. Yuna, and Honorable Adjudicator. Building on the framework set by my first speaker, allow me to substantiate why ban on fast food advertising is necessary, beneficial, and entirely justified. First, fast food advertising directly undermines public health while exploiting vulnerable groups. Children are particularly susceptible because their cognitive ability to critically assess advertising messages is underdeveloped. A 2020 meta-analysis by Boylan and fellow Golden published in Obesity Reviews found that food advertising directly increases children's consumption of unhealthy foods within minutes of exposure. Fast food companies not only exploit this, bombarding children's television programs, YouTube ads, and even gaming apps with promotions for burgers, sodas, and fried food. Similarly, low-income populations are targeted. According to the Rats Center, fast food companies spend 400% more on ads targeting Black and Hispanic youth compared to white youth. Meanwhile, healthy food brands spend far less on marketing, meaning that communities with fewer resources are overwhelmed with junk food messaging and barely see promotions for fruits, vegetables, and or healthy meals. Thus, advertising is not about providing information, but it is about tipping the scales unfairly towards unhealthy, life-threatening choices. Second, many fast food advertising can significantly reduce healthcare costs. Obesity-related illnesses such as heart disease, diabetes, and hypertension are among the top drivers of healthcare spending. In the US alone, nearly 20% of total health spending, equivalent to roughly $190 billion per year, is related to obesity, quoted by JAMA 2016. Preventing obesity rather than treating it is far more cost effective. Also, international case studies support this. When Chile implemented strict bans on junk food advertising to children, they saw an 80% reduction in the purchase of sugary drinks within 2 years, researched by Daly et al. 2020. These early results suggest massive potential for reducing long-term healthcare burdens simply by cutting off manipulative advertising at its root. Third, fast food advertising prevents the emergence of healthy food culture. A healthy food culture is not simply about personal choice. It requires a supportive environment, right? Advertising shapes social norms when people, especially children, are exposed daily to glorified image of double cheeseburgers and supersized sodas. These foods become normalized as part of daily life. In contrast, when smoking advertisements were banned decades ago, public perceptions shifted. Smoking went from being cool to being recognized as dangerous. In contrast, when smoking advertisements were banned decades ago, public perceptions similarly, banning fast food ads will help shift public perception, creating room for healthier eating habits to flourish, making nutrition education efforts by governments more effective. Ultimately, this is about fairness. Without corporate interference, individuals can finally make choices based on informed, rational decisions, not on manipulation fueled by billions of advertising dollars. For these reasons, the ban is not just necessary, but it is urgent. Thank you, and I yield the floor to our third speaker, who will summarize our case and rebut the opposition's arguments. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, second speaker of the government team. Now we welcome the second speaker of the opposition to continue the rebuttal and the argument against the motion.
Before I start, I'm telling that I'm not gonna answer DOI on my speech because the DOI is going to answer later. So I'll start my speech in 3, 2, 1. Fast food ad exists, but healthy option also. But the real issue is not the ad, but what we do with the information. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, honorable adjudicators and fellow debaters and the organizer. So today I'm Rama Kumala. I'm standing here to explain why we firmly oppose this motion. So first, let's talk about health. Fast food ad is not the main cause of health problems like heart disease and obesity and unhealthy eating habits. The main cause is their lifestyle, like lack of exercise, their environment, and sometimes their genetics, Constantino said. But it's also because they can make good decisions, so they can choose the healthy option, and they are less care about themselves. So we need to get that. Also, we need to know that not all fast food is unhealthy. Many fast food is healthy also, like salad. But we need to know also that people is provided two option whether healthy or unhealthy food. But why they are choose the unhealthy option because they are less educated. So like vulnerable group. We totally agree that vulnerable groups is easily influenced by the app, but why we don't educate them like the children? We need to educate the children to make good decisions and to have the responsibility so they can choose the healthy option. Also, on low income community, why they choose the unhealthy option because there is more affordable for them. We need to educate them that quality is more important than quantity. So let's since 2007 in their television, but they are still face obesity and the obesity rate is still rising. Also, let's move second. Let's talk about the consumer choices. Banning fast food act is limits the consumer choices and their freedom. So we need to know that what is the function of ads. Ads is give the consumer information, give the essential details about the product, give what is available, what's the promo and the nutrition the boys say, and it that fit their consumer preferences. And when we ban fast food ads, we make the consumer less informed, so they can make good decisions and that fit their preferences, which is unfair for them. Also, when we want to fix obesity and unhealthy eating habits, we need to give the consumer information. We need to educate them how to read the information, how to understand nutrition, so they can make good decisions, so they can choose the healthy option. Also, let's talk about the economy. Banning fast food ads is harmful for the economy in this country. Why? Because we know that fast food is big industry that provide a lot of job for others, like especially on ads like video editor and designer. When we ban fast food ads, we make them lost their job and being unemployed, and it could become more complex problem. Also about the small industry. When we ban fast food ads, we make them cannot grow. Why? Because how they can grow when they are cannot promote their products and they don't have any consumer, and they cannot promote their products by the ads, and they don't have any consumer, and they cannot compete and cannot grow in a global market. Also, let's talk about the taxes. Fast food business is contribute a lot of taxes in this country. When they lose their consumer because they cannot promote with the ads, it's going to also influence in a bad way in a taxes cost, in education, healthcare cost, infrastructure, and it will become more complex problem also. So, honorable adjudicators, when we want healthier society, better informed and economically supported, then banning fast food is not the answer. Education is, access is, freedom is, and that's all I probably oppose.
Thank you, second speaker of the opposition. Onward we go. May the third speaker of the government take the floor and conclude their views main arguments.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Let me begin by addressing the rebuttals for this. The first rebut, not all the main cause, not fast food advertising are not the main cause. It's actually not really entirely true. Fast food advertising manipulates, encouraging people to eat more fast food. And then people lifestyle are impacted by fast food advertisement. If okay, let me begin by addressing like the argument of the decision. The first one is they might argue that the individual should take personal responsibility for their choices. We agree that personal responsibility is important. But when fast food companies deliberately engineer cravings using psychological manipulation, the playing field is no longer level. It's like blaming children for smoking when cigarette companies use cartoons like Joe Camel to make smoking appealing. True choices requires the absence of manipulation. And second, they might argue that banning advertising infringes on free speech and corporate rights. Our response: rights are not absolute. Government have always balanced corporate interests against public health imperatives. Yes.
You say that fast food ads is manipulative, but not because they are persuasive, so it's become manipulative, right?
What? Excuse me?
You say that fast food ads is manipulative, and fast food ads persuade people, but not because they are persuasive, so it's manipulative, right? How you
Why fast food ads is manipulative? Fast food ads often use like in okay interesting characters, like for example, like uh interesting visuals, bright visuals, and anything. So they encourages uh like many individuals to eat more. Okay, and then you said that not many fast food are all unhealthy, but many fast food uh alright. You said that yes, fast foods, there's countries that ban fast food but still have obesity, like in the UK. Uh, People who have obesity, in fact, that is not true. After UK restricted junk food advertising, exposure dropped significantly and public health outcomes began to improve. So, uh, it has impact on public health. And in Chile, fast food consumption fell dramatically among children after bans were implemented. Thus, we argue that allowing fast food is advertising is a reckless harmful policy. Banning it, on the other hand, is a common sense intervention that protects public health, saves taxpayer money, and empowers customers to make healthier food choices. Next, I will summarize our case. The first one, fast food advertising undermines public health by disproportionately targeting low-income communities and vulnerable children, exploiting cognitive vulnerabilities to create lifelong unhealthy habits. The second is preventing unhealthy habits by banning advertising related to major economics. Reduction in healthcare costs, easing the financial burden on both individuals and governments. Oh yeah, governments always balance between public health and corporate rights. So if they want to ban the fast food, they already research the impacts on what the impacts could be. And the third, fast food advertising fuels non-communicable diseases and block development of healthy food culture, ensuring future generations remain trapped in cycles of preventable disease. And ladies and gentlemen, this motion not about taking away choice. It's about restoring true choice. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you for the third speaker of the government. Finally, the first speaker of the opposition, the floor is yours to wrap up the opposition's case.
I will start my speech in 3, 2, 1. Good morning, honorable educators, respected opponents, and everyone's present today. I am the third speaker of the opposition team, and today I will summarize our arguments, rebut the government's team, and explain why banning fast food ads is not a good solution to public health issues. So first, let's recall the arguments from our side. So our first and second speaker marks that eliminating fast food is an overly simplistic and misguided solution to public health because it violates consumer and business liberties. And it also makes us forget about the significant contributors such as education, socioeconomic factors, personal responsibility, and it also creates unintended economic consequences. So the first one is banning fast food ads can actually limit consumer choices. Why? Because ads informing consumers about the product option, prices, promotion, and nutritional information. And also, people might miss out the information that might help them choose depends on their needs and budget. And the second one is ads are not the primary cause of health problems. It actually results from poor lifestyle choices, lack of physical activities, and overall diet habits. The last one is banning fast food ads will negatively impact the economy. Why? Because ad sector provide jobs to many people like media workers, like marketers for the advertisement. And then fast food businesses also pay taxes every year, which helps fund public services like schools, healthcare, and roads. Okay, next I will rebut to the government scheme. So first of all, ads don't force people to eat fast food. They offer choices. And then the second one is emotional marketing, psychological manipulation is actually used in all industries. So if public campaigns for the health ads use the same tactics with fast food ads, people still able to choose. Like why not public health campaigns use the same tactics, the psychological manipulation this way, rather than banning ads, we can make individuals to make healthier decisions through the same way. And then the third one is the real issue of low-income community is lack of access to healthy food. Banning ads won't make fresh produce more available. So they should focus on the policies that make healthy foods more affordable, like subsidizing produce and food distribution. Okay. In conclusion, banning fast food ads may seem like a quick fix, but it doesn't address the real root cause of the problem. People don't eat unhealthy food because of the ads. They eat it because it's cheap, it's easy, and sometimes actually the only option. Instead of banning ads, we should focus on education, better access to healthy food, and encourage personal choices. That's how we create real, long-lasting changes, not by banning ads, but by empowering people. Therefore, we strongly oppose the motion and believe that banning ads is such a misguided solution to public health problems. Thank you.
Thank you, the third speaker of the opposition. We now move to the final part of the debate, the reply speech. These are shorter, lasting only 2 to 3 minutes, and I need to summarize and crystallize its side's stance. May I invite the opposition to deliver their speech first?
Start my speech in 3, 2, 1. So good morning, everyone, again. So today's debate was about whether banning fast food advertisement would help reduce health problems. And first of all, I want to thank the government side. They spoke a lot of passion and really showed public health, especially protecting children, is really important. And we believe that health is important, but still banning fast food ads is not the right solution, and it's too simple for a problem that is much bigger and more complicated. So first, on the issue of protecting vulnerable groups, yes, we believe that children and low-income communities deserve better health outcomes, but we pointed out that banning ads does not solve deeper problems like food affordability, poverty, and limited access to healthy foods. And instead of banning advertisement, we believe that education campaigns and better access to healthy foods are more effective and sustainable. Second, the government, they argue that fast food advertising causes obesity and other diseases, but advertising is not the main cause. Health problems comes from many factors like poverty, lifestyle choices, and lack of access to healthy food. And also, you can ban every fast food ads, but if people still live in areas that without affordable options, nothing will change. And they said that fast food companies use manipulative marketing tactics. Well, why not use similar methods in public health campaigns by creating positive emotional association with healthy food? We could encourage people to make better choices, just as fast food companies build brand loyalty from an early age. And also, we could foster loyalty to nutritious food. This way, rather than banning ads, we can empower individuals to make healthier decisions through same engaging, persuasive strategy. And throughout the debate, the government side talked about the harms of fast food advertisement, but they didn't fully deal with the harms their plan would create. So they gave us emotional idea, but emotion alone are not enough when the solution are can even cause worse problems. So which side offered a better and fairer and more realistic way to solve the problem? And it's clear the opposition did that. And for all that reason, we believe opposition wins today's debate. So that's it from me. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, Appreciation reply speaker, and finally the government reply speaker.
Honorable adjudicators and esteemed opposition, thank you for your argument. But we strongly still believe that government team still win this. This is why government team provides and mention real data, which the opposition is lacking in mentioning this. And the data from Chile alone denies that the first speaker argument, this first speaker of the opposition argument, and shows that advertising does manipulate children. As the advertising was banned, they consume less fast food. And they said that the opposition said that chronic illness doesn't seem so much affected by the ads. But by banning the ads, we are reducing the factors that can contribute to make the chronic illnesses worsen, and the people who has it and live with it can live a better life without fast food and seeing them constantly. And they argue that the tax is not as much. They argue that fast food industry contributes to tax, but in fact, we all know that regular taxpayer contributes more than the corporation, as the rate itself is higher for individual. And other factor contribute. Well, again, by banning the fast food ads, we can take one factor away in making our people life better. And they also admitted that fast food ads use manipulation. Well, for example, which one will you choose? Will you pick this over this? No. Of course, this is more enjoyable to look at. And which will you pick? This or this? This. Because it has brighter colors and it instantly catches your eyes when you look at it. This is what the fast food industry using in their ads. And They also said that we need to spend extra on advertising the public health and educate the people. Of course, but instead of that, we believe that government will still lose to the corporation. Why? There are many corporations that sells fast food. Thus, competing with them not only will make it hard, it also can undermine the government effort to make the public health better for the people. And I will close the speech.
So that ends our debate today. I want to thank all both teams for their great performance and also the adjudicators and my fellow teammates here. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Topik kita.
Jadi